So about 2 months ago, a trailer for a Hollow Knight sequel, Hollow Knight Silksong, was announced, and honestly, to get my opinion out, it looks fucking great, and looks like a better game and a better overall sequel than the first. And the trailer kind of made me want to come back to the original game. And about 59 of you might know, out of 200, that I made a top 10 Hollow Knight bosses. And back then, when I played the game, I kind of just liked the game overall because of the action and the bosses itself. Even though the majority of the bosses kind of sucked. And that's kind of why I got bored of the game eventually. Of course, back then, Godmaster was announced, and I had a lot of fun playing it. I had a lot of fun refighting bosses, doing the boss rushes, etc. But I got really bored of it after a while. Back then, I literally 100% the game. I got every charm, defeated every boss, gone through every world, etc. And there was really nothing else for me to do. And so I dropped the game off, just because of boredom. But, right now, when Silksong got announced, of course I got back into the game, and I realized that this game wasn't really about the bosses. It's at this point that I realized that this game is actually a Metroidvania. And in Metroidvanias, the whole enjoyment of playing them is going through all of the unique worlds throughout the game. And that is what this game is really, truly about. Just going through worlds with a lot of charm, atmosphere, and just overall enjoyment. That is what this game is truly about. And that is why today I'm gonna do a top 5 Hollow Knight areas. Or worlds for short. And for right now, I don't think I have to say anything else. Well, other than the video contains lots of fucking opinions. Oh boy, the nukes are fucking coming. Brace yourselves. But jokes aside, other than that, let's just get started. So first we'll be starting off with the Forgotten Crossroads, and, well, they sure are fucking forgettable. Okay, I know there's a lot of people who like the Forgotten Crossroads, and they're also fans of Crossroads in general, for some reason. But this area just doesn't do it for me. I know it's supposed to be forgettable and dry and depressing, but that doesn't really stop it from being boring. There's just really nothing to do here. It's all dry and boring, and I'm not very interested by it in any way. And honestly, after I beat the boss in this area when I first started playing, I kinda wanted just to stop playing. But of course, that doesn't mean that it, sucks. And there's a few positives that I want to point out. First, Infected Crossroads. So near the end of the game, this place just gets destroyed like crazy. Everything becomes a lot more dangerous, and the area itself kind of becomes a lot more colorful and less forgettable. Also, this area is connected to a lot of other different areas in the game, like Green Path, Fungal Waste, Fog Canyon, and City of Tears, which is very appreciative. So yeah, it's not fucking bad. But out of all the areas in the game that I liked, this is definitely my least favorite. Well, this is certainly a big step up from the Crossroads. And, I mean, seriously, this is a fucking giant step up. And, well, unlike the Crossroads, this area isn't fucking boring. And first of all, mushrooms.
Mushrooms!
Yes, apparently fungi is fucking everywhere in this land. There's little mushrooms that run away, there's mushrooms that have spikes on their heads, there's mushrooms that go wham, there's mushrooms that really don't like themselves. But despite being called the fungal wastes, there's a lot more than, the fungal wastes. First of all, there's this very little area called the Mantis Village. And of course, this Mantis Village is filled with a lot of mantises. Mantises? Mantis? Mentai? I don't know. And this little area is where you fight the so-called Mantis Lords. And yeah, their boss is really fucking good. And about the mantises... I don't... About the mantises themselves, they are pretty harmless. I mean, after you beat the Mantis Lords, I mean, they're not a big deal. They don't hurt you or anything. What are you doing? What do you do? And also, this area is also connected to the Fog Canyon. And this area is alright. Aside from its visuals, it's nothing, like, that good. I mean, seriously, how the fuck did you get here? How the fuck did you get here? You live all the way in the fucking crossroads, yet you somehow found yourself in the fucking Fog Canyon. How does that work? So yeah, you might be thinking that from what I'm saying, I think this area is really fucking good, and I probably think that it would be the best area in the game. One problem. There's no fucking stag stations. Now, why is this a problem? Well, let's say, for example, that I want to go to Deep Nest. Now, normally I wouldn't go to Deep Nest, but let's say that I missed an item there or a grub. In short, I want to go to Deep Nest because I want to go to Deep Nest. So, what I have to do is travel to Queen Station because it's the closest to Fog Canyon, and I have to go through the entire fucking area just to get to Deep Nest. And, well, guess what? The area is fucking huge. So it becomes very fucking tedious when you have to travel to Queen Station and then go through the entirety of Fog Canyon just to get an item or two from the next area. It's so fucking annoying. But other than that, this area is pretty good. 7 out of 10. Ooh, now here's a surprise. I'm pretty sure a lot of people expect this area to be number 1 and number 2, but there's only one problem. There's too many fucking elevators. Now, I know that doesn't seem that bad, but honestly, they're really annoying to come by, or like, if you want to get to another area, and you have to take a fucking elevator and it's super slow, it's goddamn annoying, and I hate it. But other than that, this area is fucking beautiful. Apparently, it is a city that has been flooded and fallen into ruin, and honestly, that is a very cool concept and a very cool idea for a level, and the way they pull it off is just so magical. The area is incredibly depressing, sure, but unlike the Crossroads, it doesn't feel fucking boring. There's a lot of cool enemies that are fun to fight, there's a lot of cool sections that are fun to go through, and there's a lot of platforming sections, which I really like. It's just really fun to go through, and the area itself is really fucking huge, which is a big plus for me. Unless you're fucking Deep Nest, then otherwise, fuck you. And my god, the fucking music in this area. Holy fucking crap. This just reminds me on how fucking great the fucking score in this game is. Just fucking have a listen. It's fucking beautiful. Goddamn ingenious. And honestly, I don't think I have to say anymore. Other than complaining about the elevators and just fucking praising this entire area, there's not much I can say about it. It's just fucking great, and I think that's all I need to say. Okay, now, hold your horses, but don't actually do that because your fucking arms will break. I know a lot of people fucking hate this area, and I understand why, but there's also a lot of areas within this area that a lot of Hollow Knight players are fans of. I mean, seriously, if you think about it, this area has the Hive, the Coliseum of Fools, the Sex Dungeon, the Love Tower, and there's just a lot of cool shit that a lot of Hollow Knight players like. So why do people hate this area? Well, that's a very tricky question to answer. You see, it's the Primal Aspects, it's the fucking Primal Aspects. Now, this is where I personally agree with the community, because the Primal Aspects are fucking annoying as hell. They're fucking everywhere, and they're fucking annoying as hell. They just shoot their fucking orange shit everywhere. And it's very hard to predict because it comes out in fucking second. It's so fucking annoying. The Primal Aspects are literally the kind of enemies that would say shit like this. Okay, so there's a mattress over there, but it has a hat on it, so we should call it a hattress. It doesn't work like that, no. The only reason on why these guys exist is to just fly around and be stupid, annoying ass fucks and just ruin your fucking fun. But as bad as they are, they don't really ruin the area for me. Even though having the Hive and the Coliseum of Fools are the main selling points of making this level just fantastic, the main reason on why I love it is because it's just designed very well. There's a lot of these really open sections that are just very fun to go through. Jumping on platform to platform just feels fucking great, and I love it. This level just gives you a lot of fucking freedom, and I love that. It feels so good to think that you can literally go anywhere. But now, we're almost close to our number one spot. But before we go there, let's go back to the Crossroads. Now, I've said before when I was talking about the Forgotten Crossroads that after the first boss, I nearly wanted to stop playing. But that didn't happen because I found this cave, and this bug was like, hey, why don't you press B? And I was like, okay, BAM! Holy shit, I can shoot fucking solar beams. But wait, I thought to myself, there's like an armadillo right in the first area. And he's being an asshole, and he doesn't let me hit him because he's way too far away. Maybe I can use that to actually fucking kill him and get to the next area. And so I did. And, well, all of a sudden, I find myself in this beautiful area, filled with green grass, lots of water, funny enemies, and just liveliness. This area, Green Path, when I first got to it, I was goddamn blown away. Again, the Forgotten Crossroads was the first area in the game, and as I say again, it's mostly depressing and fucking empty and boring as hell, but then the next area just shows us that this game and this entire world can have a sense of life to it, have a sense of freedom, have a sense of atmosphere, have a sense of something beautiful and charming. Green Path is not only fantastic for its level design, atmosphere, and music, but it is what made me keep playing this game. And that is very important. Just think about it. If Green Path didn't exist at all, then I would have stopped playing a long time ago. This video wouldn't exist, my boss video wouldn't exist, and even my Shovel Knight video, which has nothing to do with Hollow Knight at all. Hollow Knight made me want to experience other indie titles around the world. If I stopped at the first boss, then I wouldn't have experienced a lot of great gaming titles. And that that is important, and it is why Green Path is one of the best Hollow Knight areas. It's a beautiful world, packed with a lot of content and memorable moments, and it is what kept me playing this wonderful game.